Hello, hello. What'd you think?
I'm going to take a wild guess that was Ireland.
No, it was just a nice little scene that I found. So,
Non-specified.
non-specified location, but we can pretend it's Ireland. Anyway, hello, everybody, and welcome to another Monday night mental health safe place live chat. So, I know it's been a busy week for everybody. Before we get started, I would like to ask everybody to keep the Oneida Nation um, and some family members of theirs. And there was a shooting either last night or the night before. 3 people have passed away from it. One is in critical condition, including the gunman. If you guys could keep all their families in your prayers, even the gunman. Um, he was just not in the right place at the time. So if you guys could please, again, keep them in your prayers, that would be great. Um, let's say hello to some people real quick since we do have some people in chat. We have Dwayne. Hello, sir. How are you doing? And what are you talking about pouring water on the balloonist? What are you talking about? Are you being sassy again? I think he is. Hello, Pearl. How you doing? Hello, April. That's Bougie Bear Vintage.
Well,
Pixie, do you have Dolly Doll's number? No, I don't. I know who that is. I do not have contact information for her. So, oh, she doesn't realize she's still in live. Uh oh, that's never good. If anybody has her information, get a hold of her quickly so she knows. And Perlini says, "Oh, that's Dwayne." Perlini says, "Oh, so good to see Heather out of bed. She's back in her craft room. That's
yes.
awesome."
And my dying plant, because I am the kiss of death, man. Black thumb.
I know that one way too well, so I can't comment. Hello, B Davy. How you doing? Welcome. I did have a nap today. Is that good?
Hey.
I was so tired. I don't even know why I was so tired. But so remember when I said that I was waiting for my medical alert bracelet to come in?
Yes.
It came in. Came in very early. I was very surprised, and they even spelt everything right, so I was very happy about
Holy
that.
smokes. That's
It came
great.
from China. Or no, it wasn't China. It was Hungary. I don't know, some place overseas. It was from
Somewhere
overseas.
not here.
Yeah, somewhere not here, and I didn't realize it when I ordered it, but I got it really, really early. But here it is.
Aha.
It's got sparklies. If I can get it to focus, I might have to clean my lens.
Not really focusing.
All right, I have to clean my lens. Oh boy, where did I have a rag for that, but where I put it, I don't know. And then in the inside, I cover up Tommy's number so it's not out and about. Um, it has my name. Oh man, come on. And then complete splenectomy, which is where they removed my spleen.
No
And so,
spleen.
yeah, I have no spleen. Well, I have a secondary spleen. It doesn't work. But my um, infectious disease specialist doctor and my regular doctor said I needed to get a medical alert so they know that I had my spleen removed. So it is definitely something to get used to because I'm not much of a jewelry wearer all the time. But it's magnetic,
Oh,
and so
sweet.
anything metal, it's like it's latched on to. Um, Dwayne says he is getting better. Oh, he is getting better every day as well. That is awesome. Very awesome that you guys are
Mhm.
getting better so fast.
Yeah.
Oh, Dwayne's
Yeah.
like, haha, I did see your question. Dwayne, that's why I answered it right away. What is your medical alert for? It's for complete splenectomy. And I hope I'm saying that right because sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Perlini says she loves the lights. Thank you. I put it on. So these are all my color changing lights, candles. They're my color changing candles. And five of them smell like vanilla. So I was like, woo woo. I was so happy. So I got those up and going. And then I have my little tea lights. And I don't know if that one's going to change or not. Oh, there it goes. So it's been one of those days. And I know I'm talking fast, but I had to eat dinner fast too. After my nap, I woke up. I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. And then I didn't want to cook. So ran to McDonald's, which we haven't had in a long time. And probably not again for a long time.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I had McDonald's. Oh, wait. Yeah, no. I avoid it.
Yes, Dwayne, I am in the dungeon now. That's where my desk is and everything. So I like it, and I think I'm gonna rearrange it once again soon, but not sure. It's one of those things. So how was your week?
Had my teeth cleaned, and I have a crown that needs to be replaced. That's going to be $800.
Ouch.
And so I set the appointment for Wednesday. And then, as I already told you, I'm sucking on another ginger chew, by the way.
Oh boy.
But no, I had noticed this tooth was a little wobbly, and I forgot to tell them. They didn't notice that there was any cracks. I'm guessing it's because the crown messes, perhaps with the x-ray, the crown, Anyway,
Right.
if this is the crown that I think it is, I had it for over 2 decades. There it is, right there.
So her ginger chew that she likes to have.
That I'm always sucking on.
Yep. Took her tooth.
Yes, they help me to not cough. They help my acid reflux. Ginger is good for stomach aches. It is my all-purpose fix-all. So it wasn't the chew's fault. It was my weak-ass tooth's fault. So I go in tomorrow. I also had a root canal over 2 decades ago. And so what's that? Because it being over 2 decades, we're still looking at, it was probably $1,000 back then. Oh my gosh, teeth are so overrated. And so tomorrow they're going to dig out the roots that are still,
Ow.
the shell of the roots, since the roots are gone. But and then the next day I'm supposed to get a crown on this side, and they probably won't let me reschedule it because how all that is. So I'm like, great, I'm gonna be eating soup, I guess. And oh, cool. But that's been my most exciting event, and that happened 2 hours ago.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yes. Oh, and then I believe it was on Saturday when I got in the mail from jewelry nurse Cindy from one of her auctions. April had purchased this for me because if you hadn't noticed, I love Hello Kitty. Isn't that adorable?
That is awesome.
So yep, thank you again, April. I love it. Yes, I have Hello Kitty all over this room. I try to keep it contained in here. But other than that, I've been listening to books and learning about new things. And I've been learning about cyberpunk.
Ooh.
Yeah, and because I love science fiction, and I do like cyberpunk. One of my top movies, which just happens to be sitting right here, I don't even know where I got it. It's the final cut. Oh no, I like the theatrical because of the
I didn't
narration.
see.
But this there's also
Oh,
the
okay.
director's cut. So anyway, and then we're my someday to be son-in-law has never seen it.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna watch that. Then we're gonna go to my oldest son's. He's got a screen that drops down and the projector, and we're gonna watch 2049. I don't know why. I guess he's just seen. I made him watch the original one with me too many times. I guess he doesn't want to watch it again. But anyway, reading what Dwayne wrote about Utah rain. But so anyway, I got learning about cyberpunk.
Interesting.
Yeah, I listened to The Time Machine, which is more steampunk, kind of one of the forefathers of steampunk, being the author of The Time Machine. Classic, I guess. I don't know. Listen to it. Kind of horrifying.
Pearl said that we're getting feedback. Pearl said that she used to buy ginger chew candy at Trader Joe's.
Yep. Yeah. I've gotten I bought it from there. Dwayne mainly gets the 5-pound boxes for me off of Amazon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
The scent. So she said that I had a battery operated candle I bought from QVC, smelled so good, pretty turquoise blue, and the scent was rain. I love the rainwater smell. Speaking of, we have been hit with rain since yesterday evening. It started, and we had a nice thunderstorm that rolled in. Smelled so good. We had all the windows open until it started coming into the windows, and then I had to shut them. But I was just like, oh, but it felt so nice. And then I got sunburnt because we were at the flea market yesterday, and so I'm a little pinchy, and so it felt really good on my skin. Dwayne says rain in Utah smells like dead brine shrimp from the green. Oh,
it does. Gross. It does. It's nasty. My oldest son, this was years ago, he went swimming on a rainy day with friends, and he's very fair-skinned, blonde hair. And he got sunburned, and we laughed. Yep, getting sunburned on a rainy day.
I have scars where I got 2nd and 3rd degree burns from the sun on a cloudy day. Never again. We were at the beach. I didn't realize that it was that bad.
Yeah, I've never yeah, my skin isn't that sensitive. Oh, my youngest, he shaved his head. He was sick of his hair, so he shaved his head. My oldest has his head shaved because I told you about that he takes after his father and not much hair. So instead of just slowly going bald, I'm looking up, he sent me a picture here of this is from my oldest son of his. Oh, yeah, okay. There's my youngest with headphones on, showing off his shaved head. He's got the Brigham Young beard going there, trying to get top lip. But okay, so, and then there is my oldest. Oh, I have to showing me, like I said, his latest body modification, his ear piercing. So anyway, now I got two shaved bald boys. And and
So Dwayne put the link, and I'm taking that. Yep, it's an Amazon link to the Ginger Chews Perlini, if you want to check that out. Yeah, I see Tommy's been having a lot of heartburn, so I wonder if that'll help.
Yeah, Ginger Chews, purple pill. Do the purple pill.
The purple pill?
Over the counter.
Oh yeah, he goes through those way too quick, and just a baking soda, but
I have a hiatal hernia somewhere. Dwayne told me where it is. That was okay. So I was having this was like over 5 years ago. I was having acid reflux. Went to a specialist, wanted me to get a throat scope. $1,500 out of pocket, right? Get that paid off. End up in the emergency room with my gallbladder pain that same year. They do the whole donut scan, you know? Yeah. And that's a technical term. And so they're like, yeah, your gallbladder's crapped out. And did you know you had a hiatal hernia? And I'm like, $1,500. All I had to do was wait for another body part to crap out, and that would have been a freebie. Of course, it's not bad enough for the insurance to want to have it fixed, so I take the purple pill so that it can crap out my liver. It's kind of a race at this point.
Yep, I hear ya. I hear ya.
And
you know, and like honestly, it's crazy. Sorry. It's crazy because it seems like one thing after another for me.
Between me and Dwayne, that's what we got going on, man. Just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and
you're not even 50, woman.
No, like since I was 28.
It started falling apart. Let's see, when did I start falling apart? Well, getting my hysterectomy, that was just putting me in the Goldilocks zone, man. That was heaven. And now, you know, the pause kicking in because I Cheryl. But I'm okay so far with it. My sister's had much bigger complaints than what I've experienced.
You know, like
more is yet to come. I know.
You know, and that's the thing. Perlini said, okay, she corrected her other statement. Anyways, Justin Bieber was out and about at a theme park an hour ago. Let the secret out on Instagram. I saw him. That's pretty cool. Jasmine likes a lot of his songs.
Does he have his stupid dreadlock? He's going.
Does he have dreadlocks now?
Is misappropriating cultural dreadlocks. He doesn't even have curly hair, so that's nasty. I've known people with white people with really curly hair have done dreadlocks. This one lady who had a ton of really curly hair did it, and it just made her look like a witch. It was cool.
I'm looking to see. I don't.
Dwayne says you're an overachiever and a beebler.
You know, I blame my mother because she had me early. I'm a preemie. I'm a preemie, so right there just kind of like ruined it all for me. Hey JRKR, how you doing? So JRKR, I know I said it earlier on Paul Antonelli's channel when we did the breakfast brunch, or breakfast brunch bunch. No, wait, that's not right. The brunch bunch, that's it. Brunch bunch live. See, and it's such a tongue twister, so I get it all messed up. But anyway, JRKR's husband was so awesome with Jaslyn when we went yard sailing with him. So he had picked out this movie. He was telling us about it, or telling her about it, and then he was telling us about it. And we watched it. It's called. It's a it's a zombie movie. Now I can't think of the name of it. Holy bully. Um, Let me look it up because I think I know what it is, but not 100%. Let me look real quick. Yeah, it's called Warm Bodies, and it's in the view of the zombies. Um, and it was a really good movie. Tommy even liked it. And if Tommy says he likes something, then that means that it was a good movie. But it was. So yeah, JRKR, Warm Bodies. That's what I thought it was. I had to look it up to make sure. But it was a really good movie. So if you're into, it's a love comedy weird type movie. It's definitely up your alley if you like that kind of stuff. It's paranormal romantic zombie comedy film. That's what it is. And so, but it's a really good one. So if you guys haven't seen it, I'd say check it out. And then JB someday smells so good. Oh, I get who that is now. It took me a minute, but I got it.
So speaking of watching movies and Queen, I, for the umpteenth time, watched Highlander, the first one. Oh my gosh, and I suffered through the second one. I don't think I'm strong enough to watch the next 3 or 4. One of them got like 3 stars out of 10. Out of 10. But anyway, yeah, as I say, lifelong fan of Queen. I was so upset, so sad when Freddie Mercury died. Still in mourning over his loss. And a
lot of people are.
Yeah, and as I had mentioned in the show before, I have not seen the movie. My siblings watched it. It wasn't really. The songs were out of sequence, events that didn't really happen, and I heard it was more of just a after-school special as to why not to do drugs.
Oh, wow.
So I haven't bothered. I will watch it someday. I just didn't run off to the theater to see it.
Yeah.
And when I got the reports from my siblings, then I was like, I'll just wait. But yeah, lifelong fan of that. And Highlander, I would love for someone with a decent budget to redo the first Highlander, make it more, because it took place in the mid 80s, so make it applicable to today. Take out the 80s, they just
style.
80s had the most idiotic dialogue. And I keep the soundtrack, man. Keep the Queen soundtrack and turn it into something really kick-ass. Christopher Lambert, it was great. He had his day. Time for him to retire. I would love to see a well-made remake of that movie. Great movie, and had the misfortune of being made in the 80s.
Yeah, because they're remaking a lot of movies.
A lot of remakes.
Yeah, I just had to make sure the cat wasn't
had like 5 or 6 sequels, each one suckier than the next. I don't know why they kept the pain going.
I don't know.
It's like save up your money and make one good one, you know.
Yeah, I've only seen, like, I remember my mom watching the series when I was growing up.
The Highlander series. I have never watched it.
Yeah, and that was good. I liked that one.
I'll have to see if I can get a hold of it.
I'm trying to think. I think I watched
have to buy it.
10 minutes of the first movie and I fell asleep. So I'm really bad with that because I get so tired, and it's especially if my anxiety is high.
Oh, yeah. Oh, see, if I'm having anxiety, I lay wide awake. I was awake till 4 this morning, finally took half an Ambien. I try to avoid those, but, 4 in the morning. And,
crazy.
And it wasn't from anxiety. I had too many thoughts going through my head. And now tonight I get to lay in bed and stress over my tooth.
That's not
Lack
good.
thereof.
Don't stress. It'll be all good. They'll fix it or do
no, it's the fact
better.
that it's missing.
Yeah.
See, I have this theory I've been working on. It's not a complete thing, but so my teeth came in straight. Only one in my family whose teeth came in straight. My oldest sister did get braces, but anyway. Then behind it, my husband, because he loves me, has put thousands of dollars into the rest. And so I've just kind of wondered if that's just me, if I'm just the smile and nothing else, no soul or something. I don't know. Like I said, theory in the works of how there's some kind of connection there. But implants are so much money. Might end up getting 1 or 2. But luckily my jaw has not disintegrated because that's not the first. Oh my gosh. Okay, I had all 4 wisdom. Oh wow. I'm trying to think. Whoa. Am I 1, 2, 3, 4? Holy crap. I'm missing, including my wisdom teeth, 10 teeth. See, like I said, I got the smile, no soul.
I thought that the eyes were the window to your soul. Not your teeth.
Okay, but eyes may be the windows to your soul, but teeth are the boobs of your face.
I'm that's weird. Oh boy. Dwayne says she is pure hillbilly from the front back.
Yeah, I got the social 6. I had a dentist tell me one time, well, you got the social 6.
The social 6?
Yeah, got the.
Oh,
so when I smile. Yeah. And yeah, so and then we've talked about kids braces before. All 3 of my kids had braces. Do they take care of their teeth as their mother would like them to? No. No.
Yeah, we wish they would take care of them more because we know more about that than they do, and then they don't want to listen. Let me tell you, it's stressful sometimes.
If my youngest, if Jeremy took care of his teeth, he would have no cavities. He has gone to the dentist every 6 months, as I was saying, since he got teeth. He was bitching about this last week. And but because he's a boy, and then Natalie, her teeth came in with being born early. She didn't have the enamel on all of her, fully formed on all of her teeth, and we got crowns on her baby teeth. She needs crowns on her adult teeth. Thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We did 3 sets of braces.
wow. Yeah, we're getting to that stage with braces, I think.
Yeah.
Their teeth are, well, my son's teeth are a lot better than they used to be, but he had $25,000 worth of dental work by the age of 3 because of his biological not listening and giving him
Oh, yeah, use the
bottles
juice
at
bottle.
night. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so they went to clean them and they broke. So he had all silver caps. And
Yep, Natalie had silver across the front.
because they couldn't, they were gonna, they said, that they were gonna go put a spacer in because one of his back teeth cracked in half. And so they had to pull it, but they had to put him under for it. So when they pulled it, they were going to put a spacer in and then clean his teeth. And then they came out and said, well, we started cleaning his teeth and they started breaking. We're going to put white caps on. I'm like, okay. Well, the white caps weren't sticking. And so they had to use the silver caps. And let
Oh,
me
they
tell
just did
you,
the silver with the white front from the beginning with Natalie.
yeah, see, that wasn't an option for us where we were living. So he was known as Bling Bling. And I was really nervous for him to start Head Start and EC. And I was afraid that, the other kids were going to like make fun of him. And they welcomed him with open arms, which I was so grateful for. And and the parents too, they were really cool with him and, not making a big deal about it or anything like that. So the teachers were awesome. But it was a very big disappointment that he had to go through that even at all
Oh, heck
because,
yeah. Yeah.
water, give him water and he doesn't need it mixed with anything,
Mm.
and I see people giving their babies apple juice, watered down apple juice for bed. And it's like, no, let me tell you about what happened with my kid.
I,
you
oh,
know?
yeah. Ian was my only bottle baby, but I never put him to bed with a bottle. And, but, and yeah, Natalie was also born without one of her adult teeth, but the other ones had already moved forward. And so that's something they did not have to correct with the braces. She had the least amount of correction. You saw the picture of my oldest son. He had to have his tonsils out. And then his overjet was so bad he could put his thumb in his mouth with his mouth closed. So he had to have the braces. And he was so mad because he was in elementary when we started it. And I told him, I said, your bite is bad enough that having it fixed will be life-changing. And I still feel that way.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. Allergic to apple juice.
My kids were, so what was weird is now I didn't give them apple juice. They drank a lot of water with me. That's what they wanted. I'd offer them milk or, juice of some sort. They didn't want it. They wanted water. But when they would go over to his house, the biologicals, he would give them apple juice, he'd give them all this stuff and they would drink it because that's what he would give them. And I kept telling them, don't do that. And at the time we had 50-50 placement, 50-50 custody. And so when his tooth broke, I took him to the dentist and it was not fun. It was not fun.
No, not at all. I don't even think I had any bottles with Jeremy. The kid never had a bottle. At 10 months, my body was done. And Natalie, we did have a bottle for her in the very beginning because, things brought her home with the feeding tube. And anyway,
Yeah.
it's so nice to not mess with all that. Like I said, my
Yeah,
oldest
Joey had
because my body wasn't working right.
Yeah, Joey, he had he was lactose intolerant and I could not stomach the lactose-free milk anymore. So at 6 months, he was switched over to formula. I couldn't do it no more. I did it for 6 months.
Soy, I can still smell the soy. Yeah, I drank soy formula. My oldest drinks soy formula. That stuff stinks. But
yeah,
and then luckily there was follow-up formula by then, because then at 6 months my oldest was like, no, not doing it, and so we did the follow-up. But he had all these front teeth in by like 7, 8 months. The kid was eating pizza and hamburgers because he was always hungry. He didn't like being a baby. He was a time waster.
yeah. Jaslyn, I breastfed and had to follow with a special formula that was
Oh
thicker.
yeah. Didn't you say
So
she had a spit up issue?
yeah, she has gas. Yeah, she has the gastro whatever issues. She for a long time they didn't know what was going on, and then found out that a cousin of hers passed away from what she had, but it wasn't as severe. Thank heavens. The muscle between the stomach and the intestines wasn't closing all the way, so it was making her sick. And so the formula that she had to have after I would breastfeed was to help keep it down. It was thick, so it would keep it down. And so when she turned 8 months, was when I stopped breastfeeding her, and she's been eating pizza and all sorts of foods ever since. So somebody gave her a taste of pizza, and let me tell you, that girl loves her pizza. I have a picture, and I hope I can find it, because she keeps stealing it off the refrigerator, where she was almost 1, and now she started running at the age of 8 months. I swear to God.
Child.
She was my early child. Like, she just did everything early. And so she I got her standing up next to a coffee table, and she's eating pizza. No hair on her head, but she's eating her pizza.
Hey, yeah, that was my oldest. Yeah, absolutely. So I started listening to Alice in Wonderland while I was researching cyberpunk. It just because I had it saved on my YouTube. Have you ever read Alice in Wonderland?
I have not read. I have watched the movies, and I like read the little book on it, but not like the bigger books.
Yeah, I need to start from the beginning because I was doing other things, listen to it again. But no,
Hi,
Lewis Carroll, who wrote it, I really think he was on the spectrum. He was a mathematician, and there's a lot of mathematical equation type things about the book, and it is one of the top read books in all the world. So I decided I'd finally listen to that.
Cool.
Yeah, got to go with the classics once in a while.
What is everybody in chat's favorite book to read? For me, I like my Donna Grant Highlander series.
And you know me, I listen to anything as long as it doesn't, well, okay, even if it does suck, I still listen to it and complain the whole time. But no, I think
The Hobbit.
I think Dwayne is glad that I'm through my my bizarre erotica stage. Moved on to like I said, got to put a couple of classics in there, and then like I said, cyberpunk, and what do you call it? Dystopia type. Oh,
He says, "Oh hell yes."
And then too. Okay, so there it started with tabletop. I guess it was role playing. cyberpunk game back in the late 80s, and then last fall Cyberpunk 2077 came out, so I've been listening to that about that video game. I know I don't have interest in video games except for the one I do like. And Black Beauty, very good. But
It's about a horse, right?
And yeah, the horse, I think so. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of the name of the game that I play? You know, the putting all the pieces in place. Oh my gosh, my brain isn't working. But so anyway, and then the same people who made the video games, Tetris Death, thank you, dear. I was thinking, I know it starts with a T. Anyway, that made the I have, look, see what I do is I'm researching. This isn't even like my official notes. These are keywords because my brain not working. But the Cyberpunk 2077 was recent. They also made the video game of The Witcher, which there's the show, Henry Cavill, that was on Netflix. Season 2 is going to be coming out. Of course, I watched The Witcher twice over. I want to listen to the books on that. Anyway, the reason I'm doing all of this, of course, is I'm thinking of doing more of the
my lens. It's driving me nuts.
Fantasy setting for my writing. My first love, science fiction. Gotta have big imagination. And then, of course, cyberpunk is a subgenre of science fiction.
Okay.
And then and the whole dystopia that comes with it, which if you listen to things, especially if I've never read it, I have one, I think Philip K. Dick. A lot of the cyberpunk and science fiction, he wrote his short stories when he was alive. And he had schizophrenia, and they figured it was a good thing he died before the movies started coming out, because he predicted a lot of stuff that is happening. And it's really, really horrifying because these aren't necessarily good things. But
right.
Some things are, but not the, yeah. And the Owl and the Pussycat. I'll have to look that up. But anyway, I'm thinking of doing like futuristic, but not scientific, or science fiction. Something set in the future, but not space age. Because if I try to do a modern setting, then I start having worries about, well, how do they pay the rent? How, they need a new car.
Yeah.
So if I do it more of a fantasy, I don't, you don't have to worry about the mortgage for your completely fictional character in a fictional world.
Yeah, I like to read. I love reading, actually, and it helps me to kind of like get lost outside of my brain.
Absolutely. That's why people read fiction. Totally.
I love the paranormal romance. I love historical romance. I've been really into the werewolf shifters.
Yeah, you had mentioned that. What is the series?
There's a it's not really a series. It's just the
genre you've been looking up.
The genre that I've been.
The problem with those
at the moment
is the whole pack politics, alpha wolf,
omegas.
Yeah, after a while, it all kind of runs.
I mean, it's. I guess I like the story because it's like Cinderella. A lot of times, it's the Omega who, which is the lowest of the totem pole.
Or in the lone beast, Omega. I mean, not the lone wolf omegas can be that too.
Yeah, it's the megas are treated like crap, and they're slaves to the pack, and then
And
another
then they
alpha,
meet their true love.
and then they meet their mate and from
Yep.
another pack, and the other or the alpha that is from the other pack is like one of the worst reputations in the whole wide world. And yeah, I just think it's funny because it shows that no matter how big and bad you think you are, you're still a teddy bear deep down inside.
Some people. But with like vampires and werewolves, they cross all genres. You can stick a vampire and a werewolf in anything. Wasn't there something about oh geez, that book? My daughter's read it multiple times. I don't know why I haven't. It's not Anna Green Gables. It's anyway. There's one with like vampires in it.
Twilight.
Mr. Darcy. What is that?
I was gonna say Twilight, but that doesn't sound right because I read the books before I watched the movies with that one.
No. Somebody knows what the heck I'm talking about. It was written in the 1800s. Anyway, there's like a vampire werewolf one of that even that somebody wrote. But
They said Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah. Yes, that's it. So yeah, if I want to have my supernatural creatures in my cyberpunk world, oh, here's a new term for you. Have you ever heard of course my daughter had, cottage core? Do you see there was my son's bald head? Cottage core.
I've never heard of that.
So it is now trendy to live off the land and sew clothes and bake bread and put it on Twitter and TikTok, which is hilarious because humans for thousands of years lived that way, and then of course it started becoming more and more rare since the industrial age, and then the hippies, they did in the 60s and 70s, and then it started up 2010, and now with 2020, then it's become a trendy thing to do. It's an aesthetic. I know the word aesthetic, but it has a new meaning now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's kind of weird.
The cottage core
on the prairie.
Yeah, it's basically you eat, sleep, and crap, living like a pioneer.
Huh.
So
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's just very Little House on the Prairie meets 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
I think it's actually kind of cute now that I'm looking more and more into it.
See, and anybody who wore gunny sack brand dresses, ladies, tops, blouses and skirts, I had some back in the early 80s. Yep, that's coming back. I'm not going to be wearing the size I did then. Now, do we know Teresa Branham? She's popping in. Beth sent her over. We need to talk to Beth. I keep saying we need Beth.
Yes, we do.
Yes, Beth.
Hello, Teresa. What's going on? She says, I have a very bad mental health problem. What's going on? Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, you don't need to, hear any more stories about us raising children. I reminisce. Dang it. But for me, it's they're as raised as they're gonna get. They have to do the rest on their own. Never wore those clothes. My sisters and I, one sister's still thin, my oldest. My other sister and I were also very thin. And I have I might still have, I don't know, one of my sister's dresses. I think it's probably a size 4.
I get suicidal a lot and being teased.
Well, that's awful. I'm sorry to hear that. It's very sad.
She says that I am mentally exhausted.
Are you currently seeking help from a mental or medical health
Yeah,
physician,
yeah.
therapist, medication, therapy, support group?
Hey Beth, how you doing, girl? We were just saying we needed you here.
Yes,
She
yes.
says, "Hi at the Shamrock Pixie. I want you to meet Teresa Brayman. I hope I said that right. She is new here. Please welcome her, everyone. Thanks, love ya. Much love, right back at you, Beth.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she is mentally exhausted all the time.
That one's tough, real tough.
Yet, hello, Ross in Seversville, Tennessee.
See,
I know I didn't say that right.
I don't know how to say it.
Do
Yes,
you
really
have
pleasant or peasant clothing.
do you have Teresa, do you have a mental health provider? Be a counselor, a psychiatrist, anything like that. If not, it would be very, very helpful. Maybe, just to talk to a psychiatrist
Or
um,
psychologist.
or psychologist. Yeah, either one. We can listen to you and we'll be here for you. Just let us know what you need and we're here. Um, but with those kind of thoughts,
That's
uh, it's definitely not a good thing. And yes, all of them. And they're not helping, dear.
sounds like she's dealing with some major depression.
For sure, for sure. Wow. And on a lot of meds.
Yeah, that one's a tough one.
Yeah. Are your meds, have you ever looked, like, I don't know how many you're on, but have you ever looked to see if any of those medications are combating each other? Like, really shouldn't be taken together. I had that issue when Tommy and I got together, and I didn't know it, and I was on a lot of different medications, and come to find out they weren't helping because they were actually attacking each other and making me very sick from it. So I would say definitely look into that. And Barbara's right. We've all been where you are. So if there's anything we can do, let us know. Being teased is never fun. And I don't know how bad you're getting teased, but know here that this is a judge-free zone, and that won't happen here. I won't let it happen here. You're more than safe here. Hey Beth, thank you. She says, "Love ya, Shamrock Pixie and Heather."
We haven't talked forever.
I know it's been so long.
And I always learn things when I talk to her.
With Beth, I know she's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
Barbara said too, and this is Barbara's awesome too. She's an amazing lady. She says we can give you support and understanding for sure. Teresa says, "I'm glad I am not alone. It's to the point where I get suicidal at times." Well, never. Okay, so let me make sure that I word this right because I don't want you to take it the wrong way. When you get to a point where you have those suicidal thoughts, know that you're not the only one that has gone through that or is going through that or will go through that. We all experience it. It's part of what we deal with our mental health. Not every single person does, but there's a majority of us that do. And when it gets to that point, my email is down below in the description. Just reach out. And I'm sure there are other people in the chat that would be more than willing to listen and, help you as much as possible. Because we don't want you to do anything like that. And it is a very real thing where, and it could be your medication as well. I was on a medication not too long ago that they removed me from, or like I had to stop taking because it gave me suicidal ideation, and I didn't know. I never really experienced it like in that extent before. So it could be medication too, but definitely talk to your doctor about your medication, because if this is getting to a point where it's almost all the time, that means that the medication is no longer helping, and they need to get you on something that's going to help you. And not so much medication. You don't really need a whole lot to help. And a lot of times just hanging out and, having people listening to others, it helps. It really helps. We're not professionals. We're not counselors. We're not doctors. We're just people that live and struggle daily with mental health. So, for that reason, that's why we have this, is so that people do know that they're not alone. And I'm glad that you have come to us. I've been on the same for 6 years. Medication. You mean medication, right? Because if it is, you definitely need to talk to them about your medication and what's going on. Definitely, because they'll be able to help you in that way, where we can help by listening, being here, and doing what we can to help you, to support you. Okay, I don't know if my StreamYard died on me here. It stopped working.
I'm listening to you, and I was reading.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know.
Sorry, I hadn't moved for a while.
All right. Yeah, not a problem, Teresa. Not a problem at all. Oh, yeah. And Barbara's right. Barbara's very right. We can share ways to cope and survive. I read. I do this hangout once a week. And I have a very good support system outside of YouTube that helps me. And so, and I know Barbara, she has us, and believe now I do get people mixed up, and I will apologize beforehand. She's got a good support system. Heather's got a great support system, and we have this outside of YouTube, but yet we also have everybody in chat as our support system as well. So, hey Tony, how you doing? Welcome. You live by yourself? What are you struggling with? 2 dogs? Oh, I bet you they just absolutely adore you. Dogs are pretty cool. I wish I could have one, but I have my birds and my cats and my duck.
I
so I can't have a dog.
Yeah, I currently have 4 dogs at my house right now.
Yeah, Heather's got the dogs. I have the cat and the birds and the duck.
We've got 3 cats and then 2 dogs, but our daughter came back with a dog, and I'm pup sitting my sister's dog. And she's better behaved in a lot of ways than our dogs. So, but she's She's probably about 50 pounds. If she comes in here, I'll show you. She's a German Shepherd mix. Smart.
Oh. I had a German
got
Shepherd.
one-
I only had a German Shepherd, Black and Tan Hound mix.
And that's hard when they start getting old. I've got one that he's like 9. He's got to go in for another dental. Luckily, here we've got a place that'll do it for $300.
Barbara says she has a companion cat.
I don't know. I guess I've told you about Jeremy's cat. She's feral, and she shows love through surprise attacks. She moved into the house, but she's still feral. I've patted her on the head once or twice is all. But whenever Jeremy comes upstairs, she's always skulking about.
Yeah. Animals are something else. I have a support animal as well. I have a Quaker parrot. He is 14. He is my support animal, and I am his support human. We both suffer from PTSD and anxiety, and we've helped each other grow since I got him, and it'll be 2 years in July that we got him. And then I have my parakeets, and my daughter's down here. Oh, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
And then that leaves me to come up with something to say. Oh, man, now that means it's serious. They have to come up with something to say. Here, let me bring up my chat again. Every time I mute to cough, it goes away. But I'm glad that you're here, Cheryl. And she has a super cute poodle. It's a standard. You know, I'm always saying how sick I am of our pets, because I am. And we'll see if I can ever go without pets to drive me crazy.
You know, so sorry about that. She had asked me a question. It seems like every week when I'm live, are you still live? Yes,
that's
dear.
Jeremy.
At least an hour and a half on Mondays. At least.
Yep, an hour and a half once a week you're unavailable.
I'm unavailable. Daddy's upstairs. She wanted my gummy worms. Like, really? I'm like,
kids, they can't handle it if their mothers aren't available.
yeah, and I don't mind it. I really don't. I love her to death. But I'm like, I'm in the middle of something here, child. But no, I have 6 parakeets. They are Remy, Kaplan, Storm, Blueberry, Doc, Lucky, and hold on, I know I'm missing one. Nope, that's all of them. Doc, okay, Remy, Kaplan, Storm, Blueberry, Doc, and Lucky. Holy cow! Or yeah, I think I said Lucky twice. Anyway, I have 6 of them, and Lucky broke the cage bar, her cage bar, and has been sneaking out of her cage. We should have named her Houdini.
That is very funny.
Yep, and they're getting the coloring on their crests. So we have 2 boys and 2 girls that we just picked up, and they're the 4 of them are new. We've had them for almost a month now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's a lot of bird poop.
It's not too bad. Their cages get cleaned out, and we put newspaper down, which is a big help. But they're doing good. They're doing really good. We had to move the 2 that Lucky and Doc had to get moved to a different cage for now until I can go and get the clips to fix it so she can't sneak out. We thought she was opening up the door because, I mean, parakeets are
They can
super
figure it
smart.
out.
And it's usually Doc that analyzes us when we're doing things, and he's really intrigued, and Lucky just kind of sits back and does nothing. Oh, look at that doggy. Beautiful.
This is Piper. She's like 3 now. So, and all my sister's dogs are from rescues.
Hello, Cheryl. I know that you came in, and I didn't want to not say hello. And you probably already addressed. She has her daughter's poodle and the 4 zebra finches.
Yeah.
Pearl, she's already upstairs, but I will let her know that you said hi. Teresa says my oldest dog is my service dog. That's 14 years. That is pretty awesome.
Yeah, what breed?
Yeah, for sure. And then Barbara says dogs are loyal and devoted to their owners. For sure, for sure. We had the black and tan German Shepherd mix, and I remember this one time me and the kids were outside, and the kids were playing, and this guy walked by, and Charlie did not. His name was Charlie. Charlie did not like this guy. Something about this guy just made him very standoffish, like he was ready to attack. So he got in between me. He got between the guy and me and the kids, and he was protecting us. And he went from a hound, like he had a lot of the characteristics of the hound, always got his nose to the ground sniffing, and he switched to German Shepherd mode. Like, I've never seen that before. And so it was really intriguing to see that. And I mean, has anybody else ever seen anything like that? Because I haven't before.
I don't know. I have to think about it.
Yeah, and I mean, usually one breed dominates, like personality wise and stuff like that. But yeah, he totally like switched breeds on me real quick, and I'm like, I didn't know how to handle it. He did understand German commands though. Charlie understood German commands. I can't remember the German commands anymore because it's been a long while. But yeah, that's how we train, or how he was trained. So and I guess that's from the German Shepherd side of him.
I've had dogs that are racist. Swear it.
That's wow.
I know.
Cheryl says the poodle is getting chunky since she's been on steroids, but she's still adorable. That's awesome.
Yeah, gotta help her manage that weight, or she'll get more problems. But I know that the what do you call it that they put them on? The steroid. My sister went through that whole thing with her dog. Not this one that she finally had to put her down. What's the steroid I'm thinking of? See, that's tonight. It's like who can fill in for Heather's brain. But yeah, gotta put the care into them.
Pearl said we have 2 rescues. They are the sweetest. Cheryl says our poodle is our service dog too. Our dog doesn't like bumps. That's right? It's hard to read.
I'm wondering if they mean bums.
Oh, bums. Okay.
Oh, it was Perlita. Yeah, I'm wondering if that's what she means. But yeah, I've had 2 dogs in my life that I swear were racist.
That's crazy. Oh, bums. Okay.
Addison's is what.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, that's what my sister's dog had, Addison's disease. And then what was the steroid? Everybody's heard of it. But yeah, I know that was expensive for her.
Prednisone?
Yeah, prednisone. And they couldn't believe that she kept the dog alive for 5 years on the prednisone, and she didn't put her down for health reasons. She put her down because the dog's behavior started to become unpredictable, and it was a hound. And you can't have an unpredictable large dog. It's bad enough, to have a Chihuahua, but to have a large dog so she had to put her
It's
down.
not safe to have any dog that's not or that's unpredictable.
Mm-hmm.
When I was little, I got bit by a little dog. Leaving my friend's house, it bit me in the back and drew blood and everything. And let me tell you, I'm actually scared of little dogs since. I like the bigger dogs.
If I was afraid of dogs from being bit, boy, man, I don't know. I'd have to start writing a list. But no, my shells she bit everyone.
You see Barbara's comment, my sister's Doberman would try to change my baby's diaper that was dirty. Oh, right. That is awesome, awesome training right there. Beth said, I missed it. Do you still have your ducks? Okay, so we do still have one duck. We still have Brock. Shiloh passed away in fall. We're not sure what happened, but he is buried in the backyard. And our ducks, okay, so before Shiloh passed away, our ducks were taking care of a little black tiny kitten. Okay, that was their baby. They raised this baby or this kitty, and now the cat is humongous. And if it wasn't for this cat, I think we would have lost Brock as well. Granted, we brought Brock in for the first week after Shiloh passed away, because whatever happened to him, Brock saw. And so then we started noticing that the black cat was in the backyard by the house looking for mommy and daddy. And so I think he knew that Shiloh was gone, but he couldn't figure out where Brock was. He couldn't figure out where his mama was. And so so we started letting her out during the day, bringing her in at night. But then I think that only lasted for like a couple days after the week of her being in the house, because the black cat, our animals are strange. They really are, but not in a bad way. Our birds think that they're human and / a cat because their best friend, we have a cat in the house, who is best friends with the birds. And then we have a duck whose baby is a cat. So the cat thinks it's a duck. The duck thinks it's a cat because our ducks were raised by a cat. And yeah, it's a colossal mess.
Have you got the outside cat fixed so you don't end up with
It's
more?
not our cat. It's just one of the wild cats. And then somebody obviously had a cat. It had babies. And this one just happened to
so is this wander. A male or a female? Either way, you should get it fixed.
I don't know. We can't get close to it.
Okay, so there's programs. That's, like I told you, Jeremy's cat is feral.
Right.
And so we put out a trap, when she was young, and she came back fixed and her ear docked, and we didn't pay anything for that. And then, like I said, then like 6 months later, because we had a brother fixed too, and I think he died fighting. But, and so we have the dog door. And so that's when she decided to move in. Anyway, like I said, we got her fixed. It didn't cost anything.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, just look up, spay and neuter for feral cats. And then Natalie, we have the crazy one that lives outside.
Whoa.
And then if anybody wants her, I'll ship her to you. And then we have my daughter's cat who loves dogs, and my sister's dog has a cat, so they've been hanging together. Because Jem is Natalie's cat, and she prefers dogs over other cats.
Um, I'll have to look into it because I know when I had Bellfire, we found him. He was another outside cat that we met by our fire pit. That's how he got his name. It Bellfire is bonfire in Celtic. So I love that cat. He was my baby. This is before I had the birds. This is um, it. The people across the street took off with him.
I wonder
Gave
if
him
that's what
to,
happened to one of our cats. The neighbors moved
they
and took
watched for
him.
5 days straight, and it still upsets me because that was my cat, my baby. Um, he was all about me, but they watched for 5 days. The mom did watch for 5 days. Him coming in and out of my house, and they left to Illinois with him. And then their punk son came on my property and started using inappropriate language to me about my cat. Yeah,
Classy.
very classy. And I said, you know what? You're done. You're not allowed to play with my kids anymore. If you're gonna act like that, no way.
Yeah, good for you.
So they come and visit, but he doesn't come over and play with the kids anymore. He used to, but not anymore. I mean, you're not going to come to my house and be rude to me and think that you're grown when you're only like 8, 9 years old. I don't think so. But Bellfire is the one that raised Brock and Shiloh, and now Brock and Shiloh raised this black kitty that's in our backyard. Humongous. He is humongous. I think it's a boy. Not sure. Can't get close to him to even see to check him out or anything like that. But once we started letting Brock outside at night, we were noticing that he was standing guard so she could sleep. And it is, I do have pictures. Let me see if I can get any to show up here. It is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And it was hard for us when Shy passed away because Shy was Tommy's duck. He we almost Saturday we went to lawnmower races instead of going to the duck races in town. Thank heavens, because we would have came back with more ducks. So this is
That's funny.
Yeah, so this is, you can see Brock. She's an Akana duck. And that's her baby, the black kitty right there. That's her baby.
Very good.
Probably a year, little over a year. Oh, I have another one. And this is him staring at me so that, oh, come on. There we go. Him staring at me because I was taking pictures and he was protecting his mama.
Oh, cute. Well, we're coming up on the hour and a half point.
Yes, it is. I don't see Teresa anymore, but I did reach out and asked her, she was still here and what kind of doggy she had. Please, everybody, keep Teresa in your prayers. Again, please keep the people that were who passed away last night or the other night at Oneida Casino in Green Bay. Please pray for the families of the victims and the family of the gunmen. If you could please do that, that'd be great. Again, Teresa, if you're still here, if you need to reach out, my email is down below, and there are anybody in chat is more than willing to help whenever you need to talk, because that's what we do. Heather, do you have anything coming up?
Just my visits to the dentist.
Okay.
Dwayne is looking forward to going back to work. He's getting stir crazy. He went so much, except for he can't get around so easily, with the knee healing. But
Yeah, because he had COVID and then ended up with his knee surgery shortly after he
it'll be like
recovered.
6 weeks he's had off. Trying to think if there's anything. I'm just gonna keep doing story research. Because one day I'm gonna have a completed story.
I hear you. I hear you. Mine's like 15 years in the making. So, and I'm still only on chapter 1.
I have dozens of parts and pieces. But so my oldest sister, she's not in town, but she's in Tooele, which is an hour and a half away, which is closer than when she's at her home, which is 5-6 hours away in southern Utah. But anyway, she's in the same town that our mom is, and so she's gone to see her a couple of times at the care center. But and like I said, I was hoping to go, but I can't go while I'm still coughing. And they do the rapid test before they let you in. So up the nose.
Really?
Which I don't think I test positive anymore. But yeah, but with my coughing, they'd give me the boot. But my mom can move her hands a little bit, her head a little bit. She doesn't even try to feed herself. She's losing weight because she's not interested in eating. She can talk. She just lays in bed. Today, I guess she had a good day. She knew who my sister was, or at least said she knew. But pretty much she's gotten to where the only thing she really responds to, thank you, Beth. I cut it off a couple months ago. Need a trim up. She responds to music, which I have heard that time and time again. It's like stored in a different part of your brain or something. But and today she did know that her brother is died recently. And my sister was wondering if our grandparents, or actually our great-grandparents, were visiting her in spirit. And she said, no, they're dead. They're in heaven. But as soon as she starts talking about relatives in the great beyond visiting, we know that it'll be the countdown. But right. So I waiting for her to die.
Thank you, Beth, for coming in tonight. Much love. It was good seeing you too.
Yeah. Hope all is well with you, Beth. We need to talk.
B. Davis says, Heather, you drive too slow. St. George, no more than 4 hours or 4 hours. LOL.
I know. Yeah, my sister can do that. I have never driven personally to St. George. I've never driven real far in any direction. Don't really drive a lot. But yeah, my sister can do it in like 4 or 5 hours kind of thing. Well, from there, so to Utah County, and then from Utah County to Tooele County, because she'll stop in and see me.
Oh, cool. So Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, I am on with Paul Antonelli, Susanna, and Julie, and we are the Brunch Bunch. And we come on about 9 a.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys like to check that out, I did drop that link in the description or into the chat, and I also have it down at the bottom of the description box. If you would like to stop by and say howdy, that would be awesome. We're actually going to head out. So everybody have a beautiful rest of your week. Much love. And remember, you are worth it. You are loved. And you are not alone. With PM, not much of a brunch. I mean AM. I meant AM. Dwayne. 8. Hold on. Let me do this over. 9 a.m. Central. 10 a.m. Eastern is when the brunch bunch is on Paul Antonelli's channel. With that, we will chat at you later. Have a beautiful day. And if you need anything, my email's down below. With that, we will catch you next week at 8 p.m. Central Time. Much love, everybody.